Kind of look like I work in an office right now. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's let's try that again. Today's video is going to be a little bit more theoretical and it's a bit more of a mental exercise. I want you to ask the question, what would it be like if everything you did really mattered? Or to put a creative spin on it, what would it be like if you made every aspect of your day a part of your creative practice? Your day is filled with moments to stay aware, to be observant, and to look for potentials, ways to expand your creative thinking, your writerly skills, etc. Let's say you're standing in line at the post office. This provides a perfect opportunity to look at the woman in front of you and to think, how would I describe her? How would I describe the shape of her shirt, the funny hat that she's wearing, the look of extreme disappointment on her face? You can also just pause and think, what does it smell like in here? What is the lighting like? How heavy is this package that I'm carrying? How would I describe that weight? When you're walking the dog, you can make this time very intentional. You can choose to listen to a podcast about the writing craft or about the business sides of writing, like publishing, marketing, or building an author platform. Or you could look for a bit of inspiration by listening to an interview with an author that you really love. Or better yet, you can fill your ears with an audiobook, which is something I actually really want to get into this year. And that's a way to fill your head with more exciting ideas and to seep yourself even further into words and language while you're exercising. Cooking dinner is a great opportunity for you to reflect on your own narrative and for you to challenge your own assumptions about the work. For example, you could challenge the work by thinking about, how could I add more narrative drive? How could I add more tension to this particular scene? Or you could maybe do a little bit of character development. You could make it quite creative and think about, what star sign would this character be? Or what happened to them when they were a kid? And how did that event influence who they are now? Let's say you walk into the bathroom and there's a crumpled shirt on the ground. How could you describe that differently? Or how could you turn that into a metaphor for your protagonist's sense of defeat following the epic trials? When you're out and about, you could overhear a conversation in a grocery store or a coffee shop that could either become the idea for a scene, a short story, or it might just be a tiny, funny little exchange of dialogue that you can then literally embed in your story. Because you're a writer, you might already do all of these things naturally. Most writers are highly observant, but we are also living in an increasingly distracted world. When we're standing in line at the grocery store or the post office, it's way too easy to just pick up your phone and to get lost in social media or email. And if you don't pick up your phone, you're probably just getting lost in your own interior thoughts, going through those same stupid thought loops, thinking about what you're going to cook for dinner and then mentally rehearsing the steps. Like, I'm pretty sure you know how to cut an onion. But if you can keep your eyes open and be present and observant of what's happening around you, if you intentionally look for inspiration in your daily life, this can provide opportunities for you to pause and ask, what if? Now, the way I see it, a writer needs two things. Okay, we kind of need a lot more than just two things, but for the sake of argument, we need a rich interior life and keen observation of the world around us. This is how you make your writing fresh and invigorating. This is how you sculpt prose that actually feels real and yet it's poignant and poetic. This is how you write stories that are thunderously gripping and yet totally believable because we want to believe. This one single practice of simply being more observant of your surroundings, of looking at something and wondering, what if? Could I insert that into a story? Could I make it its own story? That practice is incredibly valuable to your overall creative process. It's going to provide you with inspiration and motivation. Plus, it keeps you in that creative state that is all too easy to slip out of as soon as we leave our writing desks. Well, there you have it, guys. That's my little theoretical question for today. What would it be like if everything mattered? What would it be like if every part of your day was a part of your creative process. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up to support my channel, and of course, feel free to subscribe. If you'd like even more writing advice, you can head to taraeast.com. While you're there, feel free to join my email newsletter. When you'll do, you'll get access to my downloadable cheat sheet, the 7 ways to stay motivated as a writer. Plus, you'll get weekly updates from me with information that I only share via email. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I so hope you enjoyed this video today, guys, and I hope it really makes you think a little bit more about how you're spending your day. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.